If you can't fly Continental, you might as well not fly. If you can't fly Continental, we'll miss you.
Ready? I'm recording.
It's Demondriver, and I'm here with the great PhillipD from rcgroups.com, and this is his Windrider 737-700, the then Continental, now United. So we'll just pretend it's United. So we're here, we're going to try and maiden this thing. We tried to maiden it earlier, and she just didn't seem to have enough power, but we're going to try it again. I took out the engine onions, the engine exhaust inlets, or exhaust ports, so hopefully that'll give us enough thrust. So here we go. Second time's a charm. Whoa.
Knocked the tree. There goes the gear.
Hey, this is Demondriver here, and we're going to do a play-by-play analysis of the 737 flight that we saw. I'm going to try and, give you my opinion of what happened and everything. This particular Windrider 737 has two 70mm EDFs powered by two Scorpion brushless outrunner motors. Basically, they're helicopter motors when you really think about it, and powered with two 50-amp ESCs. The plane has serverless retracts, and the little bump and bulge over on the left-hand rear stabilizer is actually a mini cam that didn't work. It didn't work, so I stuck it on there for no reason. So this was the second flight attempt. The first flight attempt, I didn't gain enough speed. I had two lesser powered 11.1 volt 25C 2200 milliamp polylipos that just didn't give me enough power. I wasn't able to rotate. I went all the way down to that fence down there that you see at the end of the strip and never rotated. So this was a second attempt with two Thunder Power 11.1s, a 2200 milliamp with a 50C burst. So these had way more power, and I also removed the exhaust onions out of the engines, the exhaust pipes, took those out. I designed those to be removable. So I got about right here, maybe 15 degrees of flap, and I also added leading edge slats to this plane so that I had that extra bit of lift. All right, so let's go through the takeoff, and now I know that I'm starting to think, because of the first takeoff attempt, that these engines really are optimum at 14.1 volt. They need 14 volt batteries, not 11 volt. So I'm thinking if I get it into the air, she's really going to be on a knife edge of stalling. So if I have to run it at 100% power, I'm going to land it in 2 minutes. If I can cut back on throttle at some points, then I can have a slightly longer flight. So my radio is set for 2-minute flight. All right, here we go. I'm sitting on the tail. I give a little push to get her started, and here we go. So keeping her straight down the runway, keeping her straight, and I just rotate. It's a pretty easy rotation. I'm going in between trees, and I know she kind of wallows a little bit, and I'm gunning it. I'm firewalling it. I'm trying to stay straight, get airspeed, and I start a nice shallow turn, and I'm bringing her around, and I notice that she's just underpowered. She doesn't have enough power, so I'm on that razor edge of, making sure that I don't have a stall. So in that pass, I just missed that life post by about a foot. Whoa. But I don't miss that tree, thank God. So I clipped the tree, and I'm coming around again, and the plane is again right at, she's right at the stall, basically, all the time. And I'm at full throttle. Cutting back a little bit on the throttle, but we come back to about 80% right here. So she handles pretty well. She's not favoring to any side. She doesn't want to pull up. She doesn't want to dive. She's really, she's zeroed. She's zeroed perfectly. She's where I want her. But the whole thing is, I'm basically flying it at 100%. When I make the turns, I go to 100% to prevent a tip stall or anything like that. So I'm trying not to go too slow. But through this whole flight, I know that this plane's underpowered. So I'm making this pass, and I add a little rudder in this turn, and she just really lost altitude, and it was a tight spin. So now here I'm doing my downwind leg to get ready to line up to my base to final and land. And at this point, I know I'm losing power in the batteries. The batteries are starting to lose it. Now I'm bringing her around. There's the tip stall. Tip stall, and I'm adding power. Bring her up. I pull her up. Lever her let out. My batteries are dead now. I'm at full gun, and I'm losing power. I'm landing. Bringing her in. Level. Boom.
Here goes the gear.
Hit in, and I came in on grass, and unfortunately the gears came right off. But luckily, that was the only damage on the plane. That was it. There was no other damage. The main gears popped off. 5 minutes later, with some 5-minute epoxy, they were epoxy right back into place, and they're fine. PhillipD's 737 was put right back in his truck, and it was good to go. This was at a park in New Jersey, an undisclosed location in New Jersey. I was up in the Northeast visiting my mom for the holidays, and luckily PhillipD lives up here, so I met with him, Maiden this plane, a 737. So this plane will fly perfectly with 14-volt batteries. That's what it needs. 11.1 Thunder Powers, 2200 milliamp at 50C is just enough to get it in the air. And this plane is at 7 pounds, so it's on the lighter end of the Windrider 737 spectrum. So there you go. There's the play-by-play analysis, and this is a great kit. This is really not an ARF. The Windrider 737 is a must-have. If you're an airliner fanatic, you should definitely buy one. It's a good kit. It's not an ARF. This is a kit. There's a lot of work to get it ready. It doesn't matter whether you pimp it out or you do whatever you want. You need a lot of work to get this plane finished. So a lot of people say you can get it done in a day. Yeah, if you're on crack and mass amphetamines, yeah, you can get it done in a day. If not, it's going to take you about a weekend to do it right. If you want to like add a cockpit kit and flaps and slats and lights and all that stuff, it's going to take you about a month. So, you know. Alright, well, this is Demondriver, and that was the play-by-play analysis of the flight of the Maiden of PhillipD's Windrider 737. So, you guys keep your batteries charged up, and happy holidays. God bless. This is Demondriver, and I'm out of here. Bye-bye.